Well, the good news is, I got mine because it was in 1972 I realized what had happened. I was flying in Vietnam, and that's when I went on the gold standard. And I bought my first little Krugerrand in Hong Kong for about $50. Well, your information is timely, priceless, accurate, which I appreciate. So how much time do we have a break here? 3 minutes? Okay, so let's get back to what does Kissinger have to do with Klaus Schwab? That's my question.
And the whole great research.
I was shocked when you just said that. I'm going, because when I was a kid, he was extremely well respected.
Oh, yeah.
He was Nixon. He was doing all these global initiatives and all that stuff. And then to hear him associated with Klaus Schwab, who I don't know much about anyway, and then Schwab was a student of Kissinger, it makes what you and I and we teach, and so many guys like George Gammon and Kenny Mack, makes what we teach more important.
Yeah.
Because we teach freedom of and capitalism, and these guys teach fascism.
Communism.
So when we come back, we'll be talking more with Mark Moss. Very important subject here, Klaus Schwab and the WTF.
And the Great
WEF,
Reset.
What do you want to say it? But I'm doing this not because I want to get hit with a drone strike here, but I think we have to know. And that's why I was very impressed with what Mark was doing on his interview with the WEF and Klaus Schwab. We'll be right here, buddy. What's his name at Freedom Fest? I won't mention his name, but he hates me.
Yeah,
because
doesn't like it.
he hates me at Freedom Fest because there's no freedom at Freedom Fest. I cannot say what I want to say. I said this we're going to crash big time.
Yeah.
So I wrote Rich Dad's Prophecy and all this in 2008. Damn right it crashed, and we're still crashing today. Dalio says we're now in a depression. So that's why I speak what I said. And so at Freedom Fest, even I got censored there. So what's happening to America? So we're here with Mark Moss. I mean, he did a report on this guy named Klaus Schwab, which I've only heard rumors about. So that's why this program is a very important show to find out what's going on.
And Mark's got his new book called Uncommunist Manifesto.
That's right.
That just came out.
The Uncommunist.
The Uncommunist Manifesto.
So who is this guy Klaus Schwab one more time, and what are they really up to?
Yeah.
So, not that I'm a lawyer or anything, but when I studied business law, they said intent is everything.
Yeah.
You can do something and make a mistake, or was it intentional? There's two different stories there. What's the intent of Kissinger or Klaus Schwab? And that, like, Trudeau was part of his camp too, right? Prime Minister of Canada.
Young, yeah.
Was that third one, which is the money supply.
Money. And that's the big one.
That's what I wrote about in Capitalist Manifesto. It's this book here, the Central Bank of the United States was founded in 1913. Guess what else was founded in 1913? Tax Department.
The Federal Reserve and the IRS.
Yep.
And so when you look at all this, and then if you read Marx, he says that a progressive income tax is necessary for the spread of communism. And then when they cut off the Keystone XL pipeline, inflation went through the roof. Now the poor are already poor, but when you raise inflation, the price of fuel, the middle class got poor. And now when I shop, I look around and I go, the retailers, they're on sale. Everything's on sale. I can't help myself. Money, I'm having a great time. But I feel for the retailers right now because the customers are going broke. So is the intent evil? So I wrote in my manifesto, the central bank is communism, central controlled economy. Yeah. The American system, not Americans, but most people are completely uninformed.
Oh.
It was 1930 that the Frankfurt School sent teachers to Columbia University's Teachers College, and that's when it spread.
Okay.
Because in the 60s, I remember Columbia first time rioting. I'm going, why are they rioting? You know what I mean? But it was in the 60s. Mm-hmm. It was against the Vietnam War, and then when I came back from Vietnam, I got hit with eggs and spit on and called baby killer. It was college kids.
Yeah.
And it's not improved. Now we have TikTok.
Yeah.
And TikTok is scrambling. It's turning their brains into scrambled eggs.
It is. It's bad. But
and it's a Chinese organization. Well, do you see, let's go back to Holland, which we think of as a peaceful nation, more or less. What are they doing to fight back there? It's like the drain got clogged and now it's backing up on Klaus Schwab and buddies.
Yeah.
When I was in Hawaii, they said, what do you think is going to happen? I said, I hope you like the taste of human flesh. Nobody laughed on that one. But, well, because Hawaii's an island, they import most of everything they eat. And then we have Jim Records coming on in a few days on Rich Dad Radio, and we'll be talking to him about CBDC, which is central bank digital currency, which is spyware. It's much like TikTok is. And so that our job is
control.
Yeah, but our job is to wake people up and then fight back using the same technology, which I agree with. Let's fight back with education and information. Who stood up? I don't care what I don't know what party they are, but do they stand up?
Yeah.
And I've gotten into a number of arguments in our neighborhood, Kim. Because
So I've heard.
Final words from Mark, and then Sarah will chime in, and then we'll go back more into what we can do with WTF. We'll be right back. Welcome back, Robert Kiyosaki, the Rich Dad Radio Show. Today our guest is Mark Moss, and he's one of the, in my opinion, one of the greatest authorities on the WTF, the World Economic Forum, and we're talking about what you can do to fight back, because I personally believe we're at a war right now. And what else happened just recently? I gave you that article last night, who they're targeting in Congress, and one of them is my really good friend, Marine 3-star general, congressman, they're targeting him. Mm-hmm. So we already donated to the max, but we can also donate on the other side of it to support him. Yeah. So that's what we're doing.
They're interesting.
I put it together as a Navy SEAL.
Yes.
So that's why we support. We've got to fight back. If you're going to wear a triple mask and all that stuff, it's up to you. Yeah. But vote with your money. Support those who fight back. And Jim Records on coming next Rich Dad Radio programs. Is if we go to CBDC, a central bank digital currency, and they find out we're supporting, like my friend Marine 3-star General Bergman, they can shut me down.
Sure. Well, they just prevent the payment from ever happening in the first place.
Well, then they'll track me and then put a drone strike on my house. That's like the SWIFT in the what they did to Putin. Anyway, let's wrap it up right here. Sarah, got anything you want to say? It's called free market capitalism, but more important is we're fighting for our freedoms.
Yeah.
Like, I'm afraid to speak up now. Remember during COVID, they were censoring doctors. You couldn't say anything. No, it's tragic what's happening. Yeah. So we fight for our freedoms more than anything else, not for capitalism. Not, you want to be a Marxist? Be a Marxist. You want to be a tranny? Have a good life. Who you sleep with, none of my business. But don't take my freedom away. Right. And that's what we stand for at Rich Dad. So anyway, I want to thank you, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you all for listening to the Rich Dad Radio Show.